What's up, YouTube? uh, if you've seen the shocking video, it is pretty gross and nasty. Um, caused my family and friends to be concerned because they really don't know what it is, and neither do I. But I kind of did some research, and to me, it looks like what had happened was I bumped my elbow on my walker. When I got out the hospital from my motorcycle accident, I was unable to walk, so I had to use a walker. Then I used crutches. Well, when I was on the walker, I bumped my elbow, and it had this big, it blew up this big bubble, like on my elbow, and it was never a cut or nothing. So like, people have suggested, well, maybe that's staph, or maybe that's, what is it, MRDA or MSRD, whatever that shit is. I don't know. Now, to my knowledge, don't think I've ever heard, like, everybody's body has like a little bit of staph or something, but I don't know that you can get like staph or something like that if the wound has never been exposed. So it was never a cut or anything like that, and it was related to the trauma that to my elbow. So I bumped it on the tip of the elbow, and then this formed right here. So apparently when I bumped the elbow, there's a bursa sac in there. So apparently what it probably did, because even the doctor said it was a hematoma, and I believed him. So I bumped it on the elbow, and then this formed later. And what happened was, the doctor said it was supposed to heal, and because he said it was a hematoma. I had the orthopedic doctor look at it, which was, at the time, he was looking at my bones and my fractures and all that, and he said it was a hematoma. Did an x-ray. There's no anything with the bones or nothing in there. There was a problem. And then so went to the practitioner, and he said the same thing. And at the time, I mean, it's probably around this size, right? And he said you really don't need to drain it, blah blah blah, this that and the other. So as I look at it now, A, he didn't know what he was talking about. B, he just glanced at it, and that's kind of fucked up. So shit, I'm over here leaking shit. So evidently he was wrong. He didn't spend enough time to really look at it or try to. He just said, oh, it's a hematoma, and that was it. So I did some research, and apparently when I bumped my elbow, there's a bursa sac here, apparently on all your joints, but right here is a sac of fluid to keep it lubricated. So when I bumped it, it burst, and then I'm assuming that it traveled here, and then sat there, because it had been almost a month, because they told me it would take 4 to 6 weeks for that hematoma to reabsorb. I've never had a hematoma before. I don't know what it's supposed to do, how it's supposed to look, or none of that. Now everybody was telling me, like, dude, that doesn't look right, and your arm is warm and all kind of shit. But I'm listening to the doctor. Hey, I probably should have went back, but I went to work, and I was gone 10 days, came back. It was I was taking the ibuprofens, and I was taking antibiotics, because I was gonna get my teeth pulled, or one of my tooth pulled out. So I was taking antibiotics for that, and it kind of went down a little bit. So when I ran out of the antibiotics, I couldn't get an appointment to get my tooth pulled. So I went back to work, which is on this trip. So I get out here, and it's progressively getting worse and worse, because whether it was a mistake or not, it's to be determined. But I read that to kind of soothe any hematoma pain or anything like that, put a warm compress on it. Well, when I did that, it would feel better and then like blow up. And then it would feel better and blow up again. And then by the time I got here, you know, like a week later, like as of yesterday, when I filmed the drainage video, it was just, I woke up and it was just throbbing. It was like, fuck. And so that's when I looked at it and noticed that there was a head, like a pimple head on it, like it was a white head. And then and as you saw, I punctured it and all that shit came out. So basically, I did some more research, and basically the bursa sac, this is my guess. Again, I'm not a doctor, but it kind of makes sense. The bursa sac busted, went in here, formed a pus or a fluid pouch, and that fluid just sat in there and so long that it got infected, and it was misdiagnosed by the doctor. I don't think it was blood, it was probably fluid in there, which if there's fluid, it's not hematoma, it's a bursa sac burst. So that fluid went in there, sat there for a month, and then that's how I got infected. So, because again, it was never an open wound or anything like that. And I've seen some other videos where that's been the case. They bumped the elbow and the fluid gets in there and it sits in there too long and it gets infected and you have to drain it. Well, I was under the impression from the doctor that he knew what the fuck he was talking about. So here it is, day 2. I'm about to take this off. Let me get prepared. I got me a huge towel this time. But I drained it some yesterday after I made the video, and what was coming out was not the greenish, yellowish, whitish, whatever color that was. It was all clear and like blood. So this lighting is horrible in here. So I'm gonna take the, and when I wrapped it up, yeah, it looks like it's been leaking a little bit. When I wrapped it up, I put some peroxide and I put some peroxide on it, and do I have another towel over here? And some Neosporin stuff for the antibacterial. So I know that doesn't look good, but it looks better than it was. It still looks horrible, but it's better than it was. It doesn't feel, it's not aching like it was or nothing like that, but most definitely have to see a doctor. But we're gonna see if we can't get this to drain a little bit more. Oh shit. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff in there. God damn it, that's just squirted all over there. Yeah, I got some cleanup to do. It's just quite a bit over there. still feels much better than it had been. So, dude, I got a massive cleanup in here. So it's still got some stuff in there. I probably shouldn't have waited so long to drain it, but still got stuff in there and it's coming out of there. I need to take that. I need to peel that back. Like home remedy. It's the shit you gotta do and you don't have like real insurance and no access to medical attention. Ooh, why did I touch that? I got a major cleanup in here. This is so not the way you should do it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So this is the second day. It's nowhere near. I mean, it had like a buildup of stuff in there, but this is nowhere near what it was yesterday. So that's a good sign. See what the fuck this is right here. Can't really fucking see it. Well, it's definitely smaller. And it's starting to look better. But I'm not out of the woods yet. I don't have antibiotics, but a friend of mine told me to try some natural antibiotics, which is garlic. And we're gonna try that until I get back home. But until then, I'm gonna make do with what I got. See, I can't really see. But I mean, there's still some stuff coming out of there. I wish I had another hand so I can. Here I'm going sweating again. Yeah, I can't get that. Yeah, it's looking better. It still looks gross, but it's looking way better. So, shit. This is day 2. This is day 2 of it, and it's kind of looking better. I'm trying to be as careful as possible and not get any like infection or nothing. I'm not gonna get it wet, and I'm not gonna oops, wrong one. I'm not gonna get it wet, so I'm gonna shower with the so I'm showering with the bag on my elbow so it doesn't get wet, and I'm making sure that as soon as I like drain it, this is my second, actually this is my third or fourth drainage, but I'm just making sure I keep I'm putting peroxide on it and putting antibacterial stuff on it, and I'm about to go see if I can't get some garlic and start popping that. That's supposed to be the natural antibiotic. We're gonna give it a shot, and hopefully that's the case. But like the rest of my arm, it's kind of sore, but it's starting to feel a little better. Starting to feel a little better. But my whole arm is swollen, but we still gonna continue to work on this, and hope for the best. Stay tuned for tomorrow, day 3. Like, subscribe. Thanks. Talk to you later.